Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start the new year. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. Police are investigating an early morning shooting in central Sioux Falls. Officers responded to West 28th Street and South Lake Avenue, which is west of Augustana University campus, just after 2:30 this morning. Police say a 22-year-old man received multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. Police say the man was talking to officers at the scene before he was taken to the hospital. Police are working on leads they hope will lead them to the shooter. We expect to learn more information about their investigation during Tuesday morning's briefing by police, which we will live stream here on KELOLAND.com. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a serious New Year's Eve crash south of Sioux Falls. First responders were called to the intersection of South Minnesota Avenue and Highway 18 near Worthing around 10:30 last night. At least one person was airlifted to the hospital. One vehicle involved in the crash ended up on its roof. Another was smashed into a tree. We don't know the conditions of the people involved in the crash or what led up to it. Authorities closed the intersection while they worked the scene. We're waiting for information from the Highway Patrol about their investigation. We'll pass that along as soon as it becomes available. Police have arrested a suspect in connection with a deadly weekend rollover in Rapid City. The crash happened early Saturday morning near East North Street. Two passengers were also taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police arrested the driver, 20-year-old Nicholas Herman of Custer. He's facing several charges, including vehicular homicide, reckless driving, and DUI. Sioux Falls police have responded to several shots fired calls across the city overnight. That included one call outside of Tommy Jack's pub in downtown, where police say an argument between two people just before 2 o'clock this morning led one of them to firing shots in the air before running off. No one was hurt, but police say they recovered a dozen shell casings in a nearby alley. South Dakota Urban Indian Health welcomed the new year by hosting a Sobriety Wachepi last night. There were plenty of dancing, singing, and drumming taking place at the Multicultural Center in downtown Sioux Falls. Organizers wanted to make it a sober event so everyone in the community could attend. People at the Wachepi said it was not only a way to celebrate the new year, but also a chance to honor their Native American culture and to promote inclusion. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry. Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. We're off to a quiet start to this first day of January, but that is going to not be the case by the time we end the day and then go into the start of the first work week of the new year. But I want to start on a positive note. And how about that view in Aberdeen? You cannot go wrong with that. That is simply gorgeous, but it's also cold. 3 degrees in Brown County with a south wind at 3 miles per hour, but it almost is worth it. But then again, that's just me. From Aberdeen, we'll head closer to home here in downtown, where it is noticeably warmer. 13 degrees. Still at least chilly, though. Not much of a breeze to speak of. We also had a little bit of fog earlier this morning in a couple of locations. Could see that again tonight going into early Monday morning further to the east and northeast. We're at 8 degrees in Sisseton and Brookings, 14 Mobridge, 24 Faith, 30 in Spearfish, 27 Rapid City and Custer, 27 your number in Yankton, 21 Mitchell, and 23 at the Capitol. Winds really aren't going to be that big of an issue as what we had seen really over the course of the morning. Again, here's our view downtown one more time. But we do have wind and, of course, wintry weather to break down. We'll have those details coming up.
All right. Thank you very much, Adam. Well, to kick off 2023, we are shining a light on some of the stories bringing positivity to KELOLAND over the past year. From a local high schooler making it his goal to spruce up the Veterans Park in his town, to a group of Little League teams working together to help out a neighboring community after a storm. Those are just some of the stories making up our Positively KELOLAND segments. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, we share some of our favorites. Be sure to watch tonight at 10. We'll start New Year's off on the right foot with a hike through Good Earth State Park southeast of Sioux Falls. The park's first day hike is a 1-mile walk from 2 to 3 p.m. Be sure to dress for the weather. The hike is free, but a park entrance license is required. Spoken Sport is hosting a New Year's Day bike ride. The doors open at the South Cliff Avenue store at noon. The ride starts at 1 on the bike trail north to Falls Park and then back. Spoken Sport will be serving snacks and hot chocolate following the ride. It's free to take part. American Legion Post 15 in Sioux Falls is hosting an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Serving time is 8:30 to noon at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. The cost is $9 and $2 for children. All proceeds go to Boys State and Legion Baseball. It's all downhill for 2023 at Great Bear Ski Valley in Sioux Falls. Great Bear is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for skiing and snowboarding. Tubing hours are 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. The Skyforce basketball team is in action against the Ontario Clippers. Tip-off at the Sanford Pentagon is at 3:05. Adam?
Well, it'll be a nice morning to get out there, especially if you have that sunshine. But remember, where you also have that sunshine, it's a lot colder up into the northeast, where we have cloud cover, and that's been able to keep us insulated at the surface a little bit more. So that's south, central, southwestern, and even southeastern South Dakota. For now, not much moisture to speak of, but that is going to change as we get later this evening and overnight out to the southwest at first, where that snow starts to build in with low pressure developing. Winter storm warnings in place beginning tonight, going into late Monday night. From Winter points east, or points west rather, toward Rapid City. Again, this is tonight through late Monday night. Winter weather advisory for Hocking County, southern Meade, and Lawrence counties for that same time frame. But then in yellow, for now, winter storm watches in place from Pierre, points east toward and east of the I-29 corridor, going about as far north as Redfield and Watertown and Millbank. That is going to be subject to change as we head into the afternoon and evening. That'll be replaced with either a winter storm warning or a winter weather advisory. So keep a close eye out for updates. Again, anybody in the winter storm watch, that is going to change as we head later into the day. Here is what we're watching. We do have low pressure that's going to develop and spread some snow into southwestern KELOLAND at first, and then move eastward. We're also going to see mixing and icing, especially south and east of Sioux Falls into northwestern Iowa. I could see a tenth or two of an inch of ice accumulation before that switches over to all snow, and that snow could become moderate to heavy at times as we go into Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon before this all gets out of here, Tuesday evening and overnight. Now, where the heaviest axis of snow sets up is going to be subject to change as this track does wobble kind of northwest and southeast at times. So do not get too attached to what you see in terms of numbers, but just know two important details. One, the further north and west you go, notice the sharp cutoff on snow until we get really little, if anything, to speak of up toward Aberdeen, Sisseton, and the North Dakota border. Compare that to south and east. Two, we have that axis in general. Right now, though, we're looking at Yankton to Sioux Falls, Worthington into Marshall. But again, this could wobble up to the northwest or down to the southeast. So we'll watch that as we go through the next 24 or so hours. We're also going to see the potential for icing, especially south and east of Sioux Falls, where we have the highest probability of seeing freezing rain before switching over again to all snow. Keep an eye out for updates. We will keep you informed both on air and online over the next 24 to 36 hours. But just know, after we get through today, things are going to get a little interesting. Highs today, for what it's worth, on this first day of the year in the 20s and 30s, the former more likely to the northeast. Overnight low temperatures tonight falling largely into the teens and low 20s, with highs for your day on Monday in the 20s to near 30. But the big story is going to be the snow, and just for that matter, the winter storm that builds in Monday going into Tuesday. By Wednesday, we calm down. It is going to be a little windy, though, Tuesday into Wednesday, so blowing snow may be a bit of a concern. But then by the end of the week and into the first weekend, the first full weekend, rather, of 2023, we do quiet down with near to slightly below average temperatures in place. Have a great day, everybody. Again, Happy New Year to you all. For more local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.